Hey there guys, Next Gen Striker here, back again for another Young Justice Season 3 video. And today we're going to be discussing the top 10 characters that I would like to see in Young Justice Season 3 Outsiders, or just Young Justice in general. I mean, we don't know how many seasons this show is going to go on, but there's definitely a ton of really awesome DC characters that I think would really fit well in with the DC Universe. And honestly, the Young Justice universe already has a lot of DC characters that have been featured, at least a lot of them more background characters because, you know, obviously the show focuses more on the young heroes. So with my list, I focus more on characters that I think would coincide with the younger cast. Not so much like throwing in Swamp Thing or throwing in, you know, like characters like that would be more of like a Justice League character, something like that. I just tried to focus more on the younger group, or at least the Nightwing age group. So, you know, characters that are not like, you know, just insanely off the charts that a Justice League member would have to fight or would join the Justice League. So, I hope you guys understand that explanation. So we're going to go ahead and get into the list. Some of these, just to let you know, I have already discussed in separate videos, but obviously the characters are really awesome, so I'm going to discuss them again. So, number one is Red Hood. I mean, Jason Todd is technically already in Young Justice. He was in Young Justice Season 2 as a deceased member, and that's already setting up the fact that Jason Todd exists in the universe. And the fact that he's already there, I mean, why the heck not would we not put Jason Todd, Red Hood, in Young Justice? He's a really awesome character. He's extremely popular. I mean, you put Red Hood on anything and people are going to watch it and love it. So, you know, popular Robin character. I think he'd be great. Next one is Starfire. Now, of course, Starfire is another very popular character. She's in Teen Titans. She's in Teen Titans Go. She's in the comics. She's probably going to be in a movie at some point. She's going to be in the Titans live action series. So, she's getting a lot of love, and I think that she definitely deserves it. I think she's a really cool character, and she was like my second favorite character in the original Teen Titans animated series, so I really enjoy Starfire, and, you know, there's just a lot that she could bring. She has that sort of innocence to her character, but at the same time, she came from this planet that's known for battle, so, you know, it'd be interesting. Well, at the very least, you know, when she left the planet, she was, you know, fighting aliens and all that. So, yeah, I think her relationship with Nightwing would be really interesting, especially with Barbara Gordon being in the show already. Create an interesting little love triangle, and just as a character in general, I think she'd do a lot of really cool stuff. So number 3 being Raven. Again, another one I've already discussed in a video, but hey, Raven's an awesome character, so why not? So Raven, I mean, she has, of course, Trigon sealed within her, which would create a whole villain saga just for Young Justice if they really wanted to go that route. At the very least, like a villain they could fight somewhere in one of the seasons. Not only that, her powers are really cool. I think she's a really unique character. She's definitely way different than a lot of the other kind of characters. And, I mean, she has a huge fan base and following. People love Raven. They love the Teen Titans. So, honestly, just throw them in the show. I mean, might as well, because really, the Young Justice team and the Teen Titans team are more or less the same, just different principles. One's more covert and one's blatantly open about it. So, again, Raven would be really awesome. So, now we're going to get into the characters that I have not discussed in a previous video, so I can go a little bit more expansive since I haven't, you know, already went super in-depth with them. So the first one is Cassandra Cain. Now, I just want to say this right now. I did not want to get too many Batman characters on this list. It's hard to do because Batman does have a lot of good characters, but at the same time, I think Cassandra Cain would be really awesome and really fit perfectly for a Young Justice series or just any sort of young superhero thing, because she was a Batgirl. Now, obviously, I think throwing her and Spoiler in at the exact same time is not necessarily the best idea, but I think she'd be a really interesting character to explore. And I think that her costume is awesome. And the fact that she was on Deathstroke's alternate Teen Titans team, I believe that was her, it would be really interesting. She could play, I don't know, just a really cool role, and you know, people really like her. So Cassandra Cain, everybody. I think she'd be a nice addition. And hey, another female, so why not? Number 5. Now, this one I think would honestly be one of the best choices they could make, and it's Rose Wilson. Now, they could throw in Jericho as well, and I debated putting him on this list, but honestly, I think Rose Wilson is just a really awesome character. She kind of dresses like Deathstroke. I mean, she basically looks like a female Deathstroke, let's be honest. And just that dynamic that we could have between her and Deathstroke being on opposing forces, or heck, maybe she could even help Deathstroke and then later turn to the Young Justice team. That would be an interesting arc for her character. I think she would just have a lot of synergy with the team, and I don't know. I think there's a lot of cool stuff you could do with a character like that, because if you really look at the team, a lot of them come from a hero background. So I think it'd be awesome if we got a character that was from more of a villainous or sinister background and see how they interact with the team in that regard. So definitely Rose Wilson. I would absolutely love to see her in Young Justice at some point. Number 6 is going to be Donna Troy. So Donna Troy is the original Wonder Girl. Now, obviously, we do have our current Wonder Girl, which is fine, but I think that we should pay respect to the original. Maybe, I don't know what would happen to have 2 Wonder Girls. It'd be a little bit strange, but I don't know. We've had multiple Robins, and we've had multiple Batman, and all these different things, so I'm sure they could find a way to throw her in. Maybe not initially as Wonder Girl, but as some sort of supporting role, or just a more important character, and then later on become that, or just be, I don't know, just have some sort of interesting thing with her, because, I mean, again, she was on the original Teen Titans team. I think that she would really go well with the Young Justice team as well. Yeah, it would be really cool to see her, and I hope for the best on that regard. So, number 7, this one's really funny. Booster Gold. Now, Booster Gold is a character that really he would fit in more with the Justice League, but at the same time, he's just so wacky and out there that honestly, I mean, why not just throw him in the show and interact with both the League and the Young Justice team? Obviously, he would not be on the Young Justice team, but what would be really cool about him is that he is from the future, and we already do have a character from the future in the series, Impulse, now the Kid Flash, but it'd be cool to see him maybe interact with Bart Allen and just see their differences. And also, I mean, I don't know, he's just a really entertaining character. His episode that focused on him and Justice League Unlimited was really great. I love that episode. So they could just do something a little bit more out there, because this series is very serious for the most part, and having some episodes of levity does really help. So Booster Gold all the way. Number 8 is Amanda Waller. Now, the reason why I put Amanda Waller on here is not only is she an awesome character, but with Amanda Waller comes Task Force X or the Suicide Squad. And with the Suicide Squad, obviously, we can throw in a lot of really good characters that are really popular and could go opposed to the Young Justice team, or at the very least just have Amanda Waller in there to be a conflict, because she's a really interesting character, and I think that she would have a problem with some team like the Young Justice team, who's like this covert, underground sort of team, which is kind of what she does just for the government. So it'd be kind of a cool arc to see those two kind of ideologies clash. So yeah, there's a lot they could do with Amanda Waller, the Suicide Squad, I mean, you name it. Number 9 is Firestorm. Now, Firestorm has gotten a push because of The Flash. He's been in Injustice 2. He's been in the comics, obviously. I don't really remember any other big push for him. I don't even remember if he was in the Justice League animated series or not. But anyway, people know who Firestorm is at this point. It would be a mesh between two minds, so it would create interesting sort of character conflict and things like that. So I think Firestorm would be really cool. I don't know what role he particularly play. I mean, he really could be either a Justice League member or a Young Justice member, depending on how old they make him. And I don't know, just having another great mind, like, you know, having the scientist within him, would be kind of cool. And I don't know, maybe seeing him interact with like the Scarab or Beast Boy, or just one of the like more crazy things, the Red Tornado, who knows, like one of the more just out there sort of things, like meshing science with science, would be really cool. And number 10 is Huntress. Now, Huntress is a character that she's kind of been in different places. I mean, she is, like, I'd say primarily a Batman character. She does do her own thing. And she has had interactions with Nightwing, and I think interacting with Nightwing, being a potential love interest, or heck, just doing anything really, I think Huntress is a really cool character. She has an interesting backstory. Now, I don't really see her being with the new members of the team because she's just too old, but I do see her interacting with the older cast, so like either the Season 2 team growing up that aren't still on the current team, or just the alumni members, if you will. Nightwing could definitely have some interesting interactions with her. She could interact with the League. I think Artemis potentially could do something interesting with her. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot you could do with a character like Huntress, so she'd be really cool. And an honorable mention, I'm just going to throw this out there, is Harley Quinn, and I don't really think I need to explain why Harley Quinn would be cool on this show. I mean, just to be a villain in one episode, or who cares, just throw her in the show. She'd be awesome. A lot of people would really like to see the Young Justice version of Harley, so I say why not? So anyway, that's all I had for this video. Thumbs up if you like, subscribe if you like, comment below, let me know who you would like to see in Young Justice Season 3. That's all I had for now. Catch you guys later.